How's everybody doing? I hope you guys' bank accounts have survived Black Friday fishing deals. I just wanted to share with you my new Squarebill crankbait setup. So I'll start with the reel. I got a really good deal on this. It's a Shimano Curado DC. I got it in the 6.2 to 1 gear ratio. For, you know, the lower gear ratio is better for Squarebill crankbaits. I got it 30% off, so I got it for $175, which is really good. If you guys don't know about the Curado DC, it has a chip in here that controls your spool speed and helps you from getting backlashes. It also has, the Curados have micro modular gears. And they're not too heavy, they're pretty lightweight. And comes with some reel oil. I'm going to make this kind of a quick video. So I'm going to be putting Sunline Assassin 12-pound fluorocarbon on this. Fluorocarbon is good for when you want to keep your baits lower in the water column. So if you're going to be cranking medium or deep crankbaits, you want heavier fluorocarbon. So I also got myself the new 13 Fishing Jabber Jaw, and I really love the paint job on this. It's called the Fire and Ice Crawl. You can see here. Now this here has a metal Squarebill jaw on there, and it rattles almost like a chatterbait in here as it's going through the water. So it's something a little different. I personally like finding new things that are not everybody's throwing, to give the fish something different to be looking at. So I picked this up. You know, I'm going to be taking it down to the dam. We'll see how it goes. So I also picked up 6 cents. This is a mini 25 crush, real small 1/4 ounce Squarebill. Like I said in the previous video, I do a lot of smallmouth fishing, so I feel comfortable throwing smaller profile baits around here. You can see that there. All 6 cents lures have a really nice paint jobs on them. So let me show you the rod. I've never purchased an Ark rod before, but I got a 30% off at Tackle Warehouse. I ended up getting this rod for $107, down from $150. It's also a composite rod, which is a mixture between graphite and glass. What I find really interesting about this rod is that the line weight can go from 8 pounds to 20 pounds. The lure weight is 1/8 to 1.5 ounces. That's really, really nice. So you can throw all different types of baits on here. Now, pull this up a little bit. I've also never had a rod with micro guides. So it starts off fairly big, the guides do. And they go down, and it looks like, and they start getting smaller and smaller up the guide, which that's going to help with casting distance. This rod, it looks really nice. It's got the EVA foam grips here as Ark rods. Let me turn that around for you. Ark rods engraved into the handle here. It also is a 40-ton carbon nanotube engraved right there. Ark rods right there. You know, I heard glass rods can be very heavy, so I didn't want to get 100% glass rod. This here, it feels relatively light. Seems pretty balanced. You know, we'll see when we get the reel on there. I really like this here. This is almost feels like aluminum. So, looks really nice. Let's get the Curado on there. As I hit my fan, moving this rod around. So let's see how well balanced this is. Seems the balancing point is fairly close to where the reel sits. I've seen some that go a little closer, but this isn't too bad. I also really like that when you tighten this down onto your reel, you can really see, you can see these silver lines that they have right here. That's actually nice craftsmanship. I really, really like that. So I'm going to be making another video when I take this out, and you know, my first time casting it. This is my first time ever having a Curado and never having any, you know, technique specific crankbait setup. So this feels very well. This feels very nice. So, you know, I might buy more Ark rods in the future. We'll see how this performs out there when we get some hookups. I'm gonna finish this, you know, video. I just want to say, you know, I use my Plano box. Like I said in a previous video, I do a lot of kayak fishing. This Plano box for crankbaits, it works really well as long as your baits are around a 1.5. Some thinner top waters or jerk baits fit in this really well. But if they're a little bigger than a 1.5, they tend to push out on these rubber pieces a little more. Obviously, when you first get the box, the little rubber pieces here, they're really stiff. So, alright, so I hope you guys got a little bit of information here on the new setup. If you have any questions about, you know, the Ark Invoker Pro rod or the Shimano DC, like I said, I'm going to be taking it out in a couple days here, you know, depending on weather, you know, to test it out. I'm going to try to make a first impressions video, you know, and I'll have that out. But all in all, it seems really balanced, really lightweight, you know, and I like it. And just to recap a little bit on the baits, this is a 13 fishing Jabberjaw. It's the fire and ice color. I really, really like the paint job on here. But as you can see, this shakes back and forth, you know, kind of like a chatterbait, and it hits pieces of metal. So it's, you know, kind of like a mixed hybrid bait between the two, the Squarebill and a chatterbait. And that 6 cents chrome thread fin right there. So if you guys have any questions, just leave a comment down below. I will definitely try to get back to you as quick as possible. So, all right, thanks. Make sure you get out and do some fishing.